Welcome back. This is episode 5 of the tutorial sessions for Simutrans on how not to game with CaliJack. I'm CaliJack, and I hope you're having a better day than me. My voice sounds a little better. I broke down and finally used a cough drop today. Um, so what I'm trying to looking at next is I'm going to have to pull my depot back a little bit further or spur it off this way. I haven't decided which yet. Probably do a spur drop down to here and bring it all down here and then do some sort of junction. Another thing I'm kind of looking at here for Calico Western is some other things. Now, I got a notification that the sailboat ferry has been discontinued and that somebody finally made it up to full speed because this guy never did for Cali Western, and he finally got one up to the near 55 going along this route to and from the coal mine to the power station. And we're going to go ahead and do some renames here because I need to rename these. So this is the lower flow power station yard. Yeah, that's the yard. Oh, that's the station. And this is the yard over here. Lower flow power calling station. This would be the upper flow. And we're just going to call it the power yard there. Okay. Brentbury coal mine, I can leave that alone. And I've got an idea here. Calico Jack is, of course, Jack Rackham or John Rackham, depending upon source. So we're going to call this Rackham Castle. So the little things just to take and personalize the game here a little bit. Things you can do to take and make your game work better. You can rename stations. You cannot rename the actual tourist attraction, as you notice, but on an industry you can, but I don't recommend it because you need to be able to tell it a heartbeat what type it is, and it's going to sort by name, not type. So what I do is I do something like this. It's the lower flow power station. And that's looking pretty good for right now. The only other thing I would like to do, and it's just something to look at, is it's time to talk about other types of rail service that you can do. And top of that list, and I'm just going to go with just one brand to show you real fast. Under the Jaycos, and I am thinking about this for the real short line, Jayco also makes an electric. You know, the electric one engine can pull equivalent power of 350 versus the Sacker's 515. Now, Sacker, we know, was already near its limits. So it would take two to be able to pull over to here. Now, the question is that worth it? I don't know. Get north back to where it belongs here. North is up this way. West is this way, where the arrow is pointing. All right, so thinking this one through for a few moments, but I do need to take and get, because I've got a station over here, in order to get people to the station, we got to take and get roads in. And then we'll go back over to the other guy for a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little dirt stretch there, put a station on it, bus station, and then drop a couple of bus stations in town, kind of strategically pointing them in places to maximize, oops, my pull. Yeah, I can't build right there. Leaves this out, but he's covered by that one. And then we can do one over here to cover those guys. And one here. All right. This being a bigger town, we want more. And we're going to go out on the road in between it and another town, Cross. And right about here is where I'm going to put in a new bus garage. Pulling back from the road quite a bit. And drop that garage in. Grab me a couple of stalls. Do a schedule change. So the first one's going to take and do straight lining like this. And copy them backwards. Call that our first stall. Do another one that goes a different routing. Oops, didn't work. There we go. And then we need a kind of a one on this side, and then we'll pick up this guy here in a bit with a different routing like this. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll figure out something different for him down the road. Maybe he'll just tie into town and go across the bottom. You know what? That's a good idea. So we'll copy him. Grab one here, one here, one here to one there. Instead of calling this the third stall, we're going to call this Mallylock CW. Scoop route, because that's kind of scooping up some people. And then we will do a west line. And there we go. So that'll get a bunch of buses going into town to start pulling people out here to load the train a lot faster than it's loading now. Hey, this is a good point to take and break this video. Again, we did do some good switching, or signaling, I should say, last time around. I've got my signal block here and signal block here so that these two stations will not conflict with each other. Down the road, I might double track this stretch and then double track out here so that it's double tracking and I can run 2 coal trains on it at all times too. It's an idea. It's an idea. It's a work in progress. Hey, I'm Kelly Jack. Have a better day than I'm having. And thanks for watching.